first of all, Ricky and I, we've been married for almost 39 years, and we've got 4 daughters. 3 are in education. 1 is an accountant. The oldest one, Katie, is a PE teacher as well in Montgomery at Madeley Ranch. And our second daughter, Carrie, is in Waller, and she is the math specialist or interventionist at Turlington. Our third daughter, Casey, is an accountant in Sugar Land. And our fourth daughter, Callie, is an 8th grade ELA teacher in Montgomery, and she coaches 8th grade volleyball, basketball, and track. And they're all married, so we're, everybody's out of the house, and so we're getting to enjoy the grandbabies.
Do you remember your first day on the job in the
I
classroom,
do.
and what was that like?
I do. It was scary. It was scary, but all those little kids come in, and it was scary. It was at Roberts Road, and but it was so surreal because it just seems like it was yesterday, and here it is. 26 years later, it all goes by so fast. It really does. Today, well, because I think just experience. You're not as nervous, and you just know what to do. It's like second nature. My husband is a former Bulldog, and he graduated from Waller High School, played football for Waller, ran track for Waller, and I think raising our 4 daughters in the Waller School District and watching them go through from kindergarten up and graduate, all the Waller graduates, and going through sports and all that in Waller, that was very rewarding. But as far as teaching, in 2005, I was voted the Teacher of the Year, and by my peers, which is very special anytime that happens. I had always wanted and dreamed about putting together a 5th grade track meet. I think it's important that those kiddos that are not super athletes and that will never get that experience to have it. And I thought it'd be fun if all the 5th graders got together throughout the district and had just a little track meet. Some of those kids, that'll be the only track meet they'll ever get to be in. And so, we're still having it. I think it's like 5 years later, and it's now an annual event, and it's successful. And so that's something I'm very proud of. I think one of the other things that's so rewarding is that after teaching for 26 years, you run into a lot of your former students, and I'm teaching a lot of my students' kids now, and probably taught a lot of the people that are going to be watching this. But when they see you in public somewhere and they recognize you and call you by name, I was telling you a while ago that I had a 34-year-old man, grown man, had his own successful business, saw me in a grocery store and said, "Hey, Coach Carpenter, remember me?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." But so that's really rewarding that you touched somebody's life, that they remembered you that many years down the road. The letter that I got, I do believe that was probably the latest rewarding thing. And did you want me to read it? Dear Coach Carpenter, the 2 years I've come to FSC were a blast. Each week I look forward to coming to PE to see you. If I had a different PE coach, then I would have to be homeschooled. I don't know how you make PE so fun, but what you do is awesome. With you as my coach, I've learned how to play golf, the 9 core values, and to be an incredible person. I wrote this letter to tell you how much I appreciate what you have done for me these past 2 years. It will be hard next year without you. Those PE teachers at Schultz will have to step it up if they want to beat you. Sorry. With love, Catherine. No, I had mentors, Peggy Holtz at very first. I started out in the district subbing when Lynn Hines was in high school. I had her in a class, and Ricky Millman, some people may know. I mean, they're, of course, older and have grown children of their own in college now. Started out when she was in high school. I was subbing, and then I became a para, and I was at Holloman and I was at Schultz. And at Holloman, when I was there, that's when Peggy goes, I said, "Oh, I just love your job. That'd be just I'd love to be a PE teacher. It's always my favorite thing in school. And she goes, well, you need to go back to college and finish, because I already had 4 years, behind me. And so she said, you need to go ahead and finish and major. And my oldest sister, who is deceased, she as well encouraged me to go back and finish. And so I did. I think that in 20 years, your students are not going to remember a specific lesson that you taught, but they are going to remember the way that you treated them. Because I know in my own personal experience, my favorite teacher was Mrs. Bowen, my PE teacher. Yeah, Miss Bowen is my favorite PE teacher, and I don't remember a specific lesson that we did in class, but I just remember her and how much fun she was, and she loved us. And so I think that's the main thing is, just be careful how you treat people and pick your words wisely, I think. You never know what a kid is going through or what they've been through in a day, and you just need to just be very careful of your words. One thing that I always try to do is put myself in maybe the parent's place, and I think if that was my child, if that was my grandchild, how would I want that teacher to handle that situation, and how would I want them to talk to my child or my grandchild? One thing I did want to put in there that I have learned is sometimes you need to pick your battles, whether it's with your administrators or your fellow teachers or students, because you have to be careful of the professional atmosphere you're creating for yourself. And is it really that important, to prove a point? Sometimes it shows more character just to pick your battles. One thing I was going to say was, Jody and I have worked together for 14 years. We have 7 daughters between us. 2 of our daughters graduate, 4 of them graduated together. We've gone through 7 weddings, 11 grandchildren together in the 14 years we've worked together.
That's a sister relationship.
Yeah, it is. And I get choked up because she is like a sister to me. Cut! I told. What I'm looking forward to the most is, my mom's 93, sweet Kate, and spending more time with her, and with my mother-in-law, Miss Carpenter, she's 97. We have 6 grandchildren, and spending time with them, or more time with them, and being able to help my girls out more with them, I think is going to be one of the most things that I'm going to enjoy. And being able to go to their school, functions, field trips and things, being able to do that. My husband and I have a bull business, buck and bull business, and being able to go with him more, and not being afraid to take the days off to be able to go with him. And also just projects at home that I've been wanting to do that you don't have time to do because you are working all the time. So I'm going to enjoy that.